Welcome to New York Brothers Broadcast. Your host, Kevin, and my brother, Kenny. How you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm happy
Oh,
that we won against the Raptors last night. Gave
yeah, I
them the
saw it.
beat down.
I was a little worried. Were you a little worried in the beginning?
In the beginning, yes, there was a lot
Yeah.
of turnovers by the Knicks, but
And what's his name? Barrett was doing pretty good too. You saw that? He came to play. But then
he came in the first half. Second half, he didn't really do much. I think in the first half he got like 15 points. He ended up with 20 points, I think, the whole game. So,
and
I mean,
they kept on attacking him because his defense is subpar. I'm gonna use those words. Anyway, let's get started, man. I hope you enjoyed your football today. A lot of good games in the last 2 days. Um, Today we're here to talk to you about the deadline coming up. Okay. Actually did a little presentation. I can just let me see if I can just bring it up for you guys. Go right to it. Oh, and boop. You see it? All
yes, I
right.
do.
Your Brothers broadcast the Knicks trade deadline, guys. So we just had a trade. Can you break it down? Quick 30-second, 20-second trade that just happened. What did we lose in that trade to?
You're talking about the OG?
Yes, please.
Okay, sorry. I was like, what? Yeah, so the Knicks traded for OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa. In return, the Raptors get Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, um, and a
Pistons.
second round pick.
Yeah, Pistons second round
And I
pick.
forgot that we got Malachi Flynn as well.
Malachi
Malachi
Flynn
Flynn.
and Achua. You start Achua, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously that was a deadline. Let me go to the first one. We got these are our trade assets going into the deadline coming up next month. Okay. We have every first round pick of ours, and we don't have any second round picks of ours in 2024, 2025, 2026. We have some extras here and there from other teams. We're not going to get into it too much. I think I break it down somewhere else. I use the two closest ones, 24, 25, but I'll get there. We have the Mavs 2024 top 10 protected. If it doesn't happen this year, it's top 10 protected next year. Most likely will happen. Do you agree with that?
With the Mavs?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll happen this year, I think.
Again, I said that last year though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but
Somehow
they
tanked.
purposely tanked.
Yeah, which is disgraceful.
Yeah.
Then we have the Bucks top four protected 2025 pick. We have the Wizards. So this one's a little interesting. That I tell me what you think about this one. It is top 12 protected in 2024. If not, then it is top 10 protected 2025 and then top 8 protected in 2026. If none of those happen, it conveys to two second round picks. Will it tell me, do you think it's gonna happen? This first round pick is gonna matriculate?
You're talking about the which one you
Wizards.
talking? Wizards
Wizards.
first round pick, top
2024 top
12.
12 protected, top 10 protected in 25, and top 8 protected in
Uh,
26.
that might not come back.
Okay. Um,
Uh, just because I feel like they're in rebuild mode, but you know,
yes, I agree. It is a good chance it might not convey, and then it goes into two second round picks if it doesn't. So I view this pick almost like two second round picks. So when I throw it around in my trade offers, whether you say yes or no, I see it as you see it. It's really two second round picks. Okay. We also have the Pistons first round pick, top 18 protected this year, which no matter what, that's not going to happen. It is top 13 protected in 25, top 11 protected in 26, and top 9 protected in 27. Well, that one
so
happened.
yeah, I think that one will convey. I would say we'll probably have 2025 or 2026.
I'm going to say
In my
26
opinion.
to 27. I don't think 25 yet, but I'm going to say 26 to 27. And I was reading a couple articles, and NBA experts agree with the Pistons and the Wizards theory that we just said because they believe Wizards are just going to get worse. And they believe the Pistons already have a couple of their future players, even though they stink this year, absolutely stink. But they believe Cunningham and Ivy can make it better, and with time they will make it better.
Yeah.
And then from there, we have two second round picks, the 24 Jazz pick. Uh, we don't know where they're gonna fall, but it's not terrible. It was better like about 3 weeks ago. They just started winning like crazy lately. And then we have the 2025 Nets second round pick, which isn't terrible either because we don't know what the heck they're doing. I don't want to talk too much crap about them because I know my boy Joe Silva watches these videos and I don't want him to stop watching. Um, and then other assets we have is Grimes, Jericho Sims. We cannot trade McBride, in case you were wondering why is McBride not there, because we just signed them for an extension. Fournier, he's an 18 million salary matcher, so you're gonna see his name left and right. You're gonna see Grimes a lot. I said Sims twice. Look at that. I didn't even notice. Achua, he is a little value. Okay, he's like a value of a second round pick. And then we have trade exceptions. Do you know what trade exceptions are, Kenny, or no?
Yeah, that's like if how do I explain it? If you have like a wiggle room to meet the salary, so
In
they
a
give you
trade.
like a trade exception.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a
And then
trade,
I
you
think you get like a pick or something like that
no,
sometimes.
no. Well, in a trade, somebody gets more money than the other, or somebody takes the money outright, you get a trade exception. In that, what you can use that trade exception is to acquire another player, okay, outright, even if you're over the salary cap, which we are. You don't have to like do anything crazy. You can split in half if you like. You can acquire somebody all on your own, whatever you like. So we have a 5.9 and a 6.8. The 6.8 is from the Obi Toppin, and the 5.9 is from the OG trade. Okay. So let's keep moving on because I don't want to put too much attention to this. Knicks needs, and let me know if you agree with this. I try to verbally. They need a point guard, right? A creator. Got to play defense because you know Thibs. If you don't play defense, you ain't gonna play.
That's right.
Scoring and a player that can. It doesn't have to be a point guard per se, but it's got to be a creator, at least in the 2-3 that can dribble the ball up, create something. Okay, it could be a starter or it could be a bench player. When I say starters, because I'm thinking of somebody you probably know who I'm thinking of, but we'll get there. And sometimes spot stuff for Brunson. Okay. So I changed it up on the second option to a scoring guard because it doesn't have to be, again, a point guard. Because McBride can slide to the one, and this guy can bring the ball up. Grimes can slide to the two, also. A lot of stuff. But mostly what we're doing here is replacing IQ. And that's what we lost. And you see that in the games. You see Thibodeau change his rotation. He's putting Julius a lot with the second rotation, the backups, because they need some creation. They don't have any. Um, you can go with a scoring wing, but he has to be able to create. All right. And you can play Deuce at the one if you want. Center. Now, if you notice my notes, it says eyes on iHeart and Mitchell. I say iHeart because did you see what happened last game?
Yeah, he like hurt his ankle.
Sprained,
So
no MRIs, no testing, nothing. So he should be back in a couple of games, or he might be back right away because he's crazy like that. He's never missed a game.
yeah,
Back, but
he's very
to me,
dependable.
don't play him. Don't play him for the next two games because I think the next game you might not need him for Brooklyn and for Denver. If you got to lose that game, it is what it is. You just don't play him. And then not Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry, Mitchell Robinson. He is big possibility comes back. So a center's maybe not that much of a push. You might stay with Achua. You might not have to, but you take a risk that Mitchell might not come back. And he is still very injury prone, even if he does come back. This is very important. The Knicks ideally do not want a rental player. In other words, an expiring contract. They do not want that. They want a player around 16, 23 million next year for another trade. I don't know if I've told you about this. Um, they want another player because they don't want to use any wing players. All right. No, I'm sorry, rotation players in their next trade. They want to keep Hart. They want to keep iHeart. They want to keep Anunoby. So they want to get another player they can put into another trade. Okay. We're going to be talking about that a lot. Okay. And a semi veteran, experienced 26 and older. So, in other words, no Trey Man here. Who else? No, the guy from the Backups Kings. What's his player? Davian Mitchell. No young players. Because at that point, you just keep McBride. Okay. So, do you agree with this?
I do.
Do you think we need to add something else
No, everything I
besides a
think.
superstar? There's not a superstar show today, guys. Sorry. Maybe a next one, but it's not a superstar show today. All right, so let's get started. Kenny, you ready for your first trade offer?
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Let me turn my page. I already know ahead of time what I'm going to look at before I turn it, for the most part. All right, here we go. Hawks. I got two trades here, Kenny. I got two trades. What are you gonna do? DeJounte Murray. I was gonna write four, and I was like, I don't like that. I gotta separate it. So I put a bunch of dots. Four, Fournier, Grimes, two firsts. They're going to want an unprotected Knicks pick. What do you think?
So I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think they're going to push the chips for DeJounte Murray and flip Grimes for him. Um,
Give me,
uh,
give me. Do you think if Leon Rose is gonna do it, and give me, would you do it if you were Kenny Rose?
so I don't think Leon Rose is gonna do it. I think they're gonna wait for the off season to see if a star is available. I think they're still set on their hopes that somehow Embiid wants out, right? And I think that's their ultimate goal. Um, so I don't see Leon Rose doing this to DeJounte Murray unless the Hawks get really desperate and is like, we'll give you DeJounte Murray for a first round pick flat out. You know what I mean? Um, and if I was also Leon Rose, I don't think I would also do it. Um, I don't want to really give up Grimes. If it was Fournier and maybe two picks, I'd probably go for it just because it's enticing. But I would pass on that as well as the second one that you have there.
Bogdan
Um,
Bogdanovich for 48 Grimes and one first. I'm gonna assume protected. You passing that
yeah,
one too? Okay.
I would pass on that one. I like him. He's a great shooter. Just not
Can
what we
create a
need.
little bit.
He can create a little bit, but not what we need.
Okay. Okay. So no Hawks, no nothing here. Let me ask you something. Why is there so much smoke? Because my phrase is always where there's smoke, there's fire. In terms of why is there so much rumors going on with the Knicks and the Hawks?
I think because, Tibbs likes the defensive minded players and DeJounte Murray is that type. 6'5", he's a big two guard, or point guard really, but um and they've been struggling the Hawks. So people don't really know what the Hawks want to do. Do they really want to go in kind of rebuild mode with Trey Young, or do they want to just keep what they got and see, where they're gonna land and kind of wait until the off season to make moves. So a lot of rumors come out because of that, and I think people do like. I think Leon Rose does like DeJounte Murray, but I think he's also a clutch. Uh,
Clutch
he
player?
yeah, right.
Is he? I don't know.
I thought
I
he
think we gotta
was.
look it up. I think we gotta
I thought
look it
he
up.
used to be with Leon Rose, like his people, and then he went with Clutch. So
That's actually a good point. Just to piggyback while I'm looking it up, if he was, um, I thought he was with this guy, LeBron James's boy.
isn't that Clutch Sports?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Clutch Sports. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
So
it?
I think he used to be with Leon Rose with CAA,
And he left.
and he left. But they were always very
Oh
tight,
yeah.
and
Okay.
so they have good rapport. But you know how Rich Paul is with the Knicks. So I don't know
Do
why are
you?
Knicks haters,
They are, man. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody wants
I
to
don't
see
even
the
do
Knicks
anything to
progress.
anybody, bro.
I don't know.
Um, do you think DeJounte Murray's getting traded this deadline?
No, I think they're gonna hold.
I'm going to disagree. I think out of all the players in the NBA, he is going to be moved. I think the Hawks don't like the pairing of him and Trey Young anymore. They're done with that. And they need to save money. They have Sadiq Bey and the backup center. What's his name? What is his name?
Yeah, I know who
Not
you're talking.
Capella.
Yeah.
Okongwu. They have to pay. They paid DeAndre Hunter, bad contract. They have Bogdanovich on the books. DeJounte Murray, Trey Young, Capella still on the books for next year. All these players. So I think they're gonna look to free money. A trade like what I just mentioned, 48, 18 million comes off the books. Grimes a very cheap two guard that they can start if they like, and they get two picks. I think that's something they would be interested in, but I'm not sure. I don't think this trade happens either, though. I don't think the Knicks and the Hawks actually match. But I think this is something they're gonna look to do around, something like this. Okay. Should we move on?
Yeah.
So that's a no and a no. Okay, next. You better say yes to one of my trades, bro. You better say yes. I'm letting you know right now. All right, hold up. Next, the Nets. This one you're allowed to say no. Dinwiddie for Fournier and one first. When I say one first, if I don't put unprotected, it's most likely protected.
So Dinwiddie, I think he becomes a free agent after this year, if I'm not
Correct.
mistaken, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make
I
sense, right?
wouldn't hate it, but that correct. He becomes a free agent after this year, so kind of is a rental, you know.
Let's say it's the
And
Wizards' first round pick that most likely will convey to two second round picks.
I still just because he's gonna become a rental and
Mm,
some team is gonna offer him more money than we're gonna be able to offer him in free agency. So I'm gonna have to pass on that
okay.
one.
I agree. I don't like Dinwiddie. I don't think he likes the Knicks. He talks a lot of crap about the Knicks in history. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Um, he would be a backup for us, and it would make sense. Dinwiddie, as you know, would I if they come calling us and say, "Hey, listen, for your Jazz second round pick and your our Brooklyn Nets back our second round pick," I would be open to that. He doesn't have a great 3-point shot. I don't like that. His defense isn't great. I would say it's average at best. He can create, he's fast. What I do want is the backup lineup to be able to run. Because when I watch these games, man, it really annoys me how slow they work. They walk it up and they start performing their offense around 16 seconds. They waste 8 seconds doing nothing, just walking it up. And they do that every time. And I don't like that. You know, I liked it when IQ was there and they were just running and gunning with Hart and Grimes and I Heart too as the backup center. And they were just it was exciting. It was one of the best bench units. I want that back. And I think Dinwiddie would bring that back, but I think we could find a better trade. I don't think this is the kind of player. And again, like you said, he's an expiring contract. He doesn't fit the need for um you can also talk to him and be like, hey, listen, would you be willing to to take a 1 year extension for 15 million? Something like that. I'm not sure. But all these
Yeah,
players
but
are
that's a
expiring
chance
contracts.
that you gotta take, you
Yeah,
know.
it's true. He's gonna say, I want 2, 3 years. But anyway. All right, so we'll pass on this one. Next one, ready? I think this one, the next one got two. Ready? Oh, the Hornets. We do make trades with the Hornets. All right, Hornets. We got Rozier, four. Rozier's having a good year this year, by the way. Look it up. For Fournier, a 2024 Knicks first and a 2025 Nets second round pick. Talk to me.
Um, so I like Rozier, but the problem is that I'm not so convinced about him. Um, I feel like, there's times where he can get really hot, and then there's times where he just does nothing. Um, he's also
Streaky.
pretty undersized, I think. He's like 6'3",
6'2", I
but
think.
6'2", yeah.
Yeah. Pure
Which
backup.
is
He'd be pure backup, not starting.
he's a
That's what you're
decent
looking for.
defender too, but
He's what?
um, he's like a decent defender too.
I would say below average defender, actually.
Really, I would say
He can be
average.
pesky, but he's small, he's short, he's weak, and his create basketball IQ defensive is not there.
Yeah, I'm looking at his contract, man. His contract
Three
is
years,
not
right?
pretty.
Yeah, this year, 2 more
Yeah.
years.
I mean, the last year is a team option
Is it
where it's
is it
26 mil.
so is it 2 years and a team option, or is it 3 years and a team option,
So do you
including this
count
year?
this year?
Count this year.
So 2 years and a team option.
So okay. Okay.
But next year would be his last year technically, because we
Technically
would
speaking.
we
Okay.
would probably not pick up that team option.
If we keep him, again,
Yeah.
it would be a player that we might put in a
Yeah.
deal.
Flip him next
Yes,
year.
because if you want a superstar, because a lot of this that I said, what did I say? 18 to 22, 23 million is to add to get a superstar one day. That would be the next step. That would be the next step, getting a superstar, but not in this podcast, guys. All right, so is that a yes or no?
Mm, is that 24 Knicks first protected or
Well, does it really matter? Are you will if it's unprotected this
yeah, I
year?
mean,
Like, are
even
you
if it's
scared
a
about this
lottery.
year?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making playoffs.
Um,
They're a top 8 team in the East.
yeah, whatever. I do it. I do
Okay,
it.
so you're open to it. You're open to it. I
Yeah.
guess it's one of those like, if I can't get better, I'll come back to you.
I don't know if Leon Rose would do it though. But
You're right. I don't know if also Rozier is Thibs kind of player.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So next one. I think this one you would like. Ish Smith. Our little man Ish Smith has been to every team in the NBA but the New York Knicks. We welcome Ish Smith for Malachi Flynn, and I put in parentheses, hopefully not Precious Achua, because I'd rather keep Precious Achua at that point. Malachi Flynn for 2 seconds. The Jazz 24 pick that we have this year, and the Nets 25 pick that we have next year.
I feel like that's a lot for Ish Smith.
You got to give to
Uh,
get. You got to give to get.
yeah, but that's kind of a lot for Ish Smith. I'm
It
thinking just
is.
like 2 seconds for Ish Smith.
That is 2 seconds.
Yeah, but Malachi Flynn too. That's like a
What
third
is
second.
Malachi Flynn?
That's like a third second.
Yo, I'm willing to cut Malachi Flynn for nothing. That's
I
not even
like
a
him.
second. What? He played what? One game when Brunson was out. I don't think there's any
What's his contract? I'm trying to find Ish
$4 million.
Smith's.
Ish Smith should be
Oh,
around
there you
three
go.
to five.
Yeah, it's 3 mil. And then he's a free agent next year. No, I'll pass on that one.
Okay. Okay. I really thought you were gonna like this one because I
No.
heard I talked to you before and you mentioned Ish Smith. I like him.
You know what it is? He's one of those guys that like he sucks, but like he just plays really hard, so
He
like he
does. He's
looks
a
good, you
vet, good for the
know?
locker room.
Yeah.
And
He's just not a great ball player, but
no,
he can get you
no.
like 10 to 15 points on any given night because he
Once a
plays
week,
so
maybe, if
hard.
he gets lucky. He give you like 4 assists. Yeah, yeah. He's not really anything. He would not be the answer as the backup. He would be fighting McBride for the backup role. So it's not really, you're right. It's a lot of assets. I don't care about Malachi Flynn. That I can care less. I'll trade H. Smith for Malachi Flynn straight up easily. But okay. So we'll move on to the next one. No, so Rozier is the only one you like so far. Okay. All right.
Yeah, a little.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Not much, but
Bulls. The Bulls.
all right, I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna pass on every single one.
You don't like both players, huh?
No.
Javon Carter for just a trade exception and a second round pick. You don't like Javon
The
Carter? I like
only
Javon
guy I
Carter.
would trade for the Bulls would be Caruso. Other than that, and
Yeah,
they
but they
wouldn't
want
get rid of
two
him.
first round picks
Yeah,
for
so
Caruso.
nope, I wouldn't
Yeah.
touch the Bulls with a 10-foot pole.
I would consider Drummond for Achua in the Wizards first. I would consider. I wouldn't want to give up the Wizards first, but I do think they're going to get at least two second round picks for Drummond, I think with the Wizards first should beat that trade. Which again, we equate that to two second round picks in the future.
So I'd rather
I
they
would.
give them 2 seconds if they want for Drummond.
It's the same thing. It just this would be better. Wizards
Right.
first round pick is better than the two second round pick because there's at least you have a chance for a first round pick, right? I would rather give up the two second round picks. You can put both trades separate. You can put them together. If you you can't you can put them together. Yes. No, because of trade exception, you can't combine it. You have to do two separate trades. But this answers your point guard and center and not giving up any assets. Pretty much, you're giving up the Wizards first. If you can just give up less, that'd be awesome. But you're gonna have to give up something to get Javon Carter, so you can't use the two second round picks. That's why I did it that way. So you get the pass for you. Okay, I understand. This is not fair.
I like Drummond. I just think that he's very injury prone. I feel like he always gets hurt
How's
when
he
he
been doing this
plays.
year?
This year he's been doing great,
He
but
he he is a Thibodeau center.
yeah, but I
He
feel
is a
like
Thibodeau
every
center.
year, like, when he used to be in the Pistons and whatever team, he always get hurt. Like you never see him play like a full year, you know?
One reason why I won't consider this, and
I
I'm
feel like
okay with
it's a
what we
lot
have
for
now,
Drummond.
is if Mitchell Robinson comes back. If Mitchell Robinson comes back, if he comes back, I mean, it's a big if, man.
I don't know if it's a big if, but
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there. I see that when you watch the games, besides last night, this guy does not trust Achua that much. You're gonna see Hardenstein play 41 minutes a game in the playoffs, unless
yeah.
Mitchell comes back. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Not your cup of tea. Okay, the next one. Pistons. Alex Burks, our boy Alex Burks, Monte Morris, they give up the Bucks 2029 second round pick for 48, and they get their Pistons first round pick back. What do you think?
Yeah, that Bucks 29 second round pick is enticing.
Yeah, since we give up the first, I thought it wasn't, you couldn't just give up a first for those two bum players. They're good for this year, both of them. Monte Morris has been injured a lot this year, but he usually does well. Alex Burks is a Nick favorite in the stadium, and that Bucks 29 second round pick is enticing. You know what I mean? It is enticing. It's the whole second round's unprotected, and
I feel like a love hate with Alec Burke.
yeah, but he's a backup at that point.
I know, but
He,
I'll
he
get back
does
to you
games
on
where he
that
does
one.
good, and there's games where you're like, what are you doing, man? Stop. You're not a
Yeah,
star.
exactly.
Relax, relax. Play your role. Play your role.
And
Uh,
Tibbs loves Alex Burke, so it's like
he does.
he feeds the ego.
He
Like,
does. He does
I'm
love
gonna
Burke.
put him next to Brunson, like
He
have him
he
start
plays
games and
he plays
stuff. I'm
hard
like,
defense. He plays smart. He can shoot if he's open. He's a good bench player. He's a good bench player.
yeah, yeah.
Good bench player.
I'll get
I,
back
I
to you on that one.
Me personally, I'd pass on this trade. I understand what you're saying. I'm actually surprised that you would consider it and I won't, but I'm gonna pass on this trade. Now, would I come back to this trade if I have to this year? Yeah. Like I don't think no matter what, we have to get a backup point guard at the deadline, even if I have to overpay a little bit. Because this year I think we're gonna do well in the playoffs, and we need those 15, 20 minutes off the bench from that backup point guard to create something to help.
This is like a fallback if
Correct.
option
Like
one
a
doesn't
Rozier.
work, option two doesn't work. This is
Like
like
Rozier.
option three or four.
Okay, I got a big one coming up. Here we go. Keep up with me
Talking
on this one.
talking
This
about
is a
Blazers.
three-team trade. I had to make the salaries match. That's why you got some bum ass names. The Knicks are gonna get Bones Highland and Robin Lopez. The Clippers get Thanis, the brother,
Thanasis,
Morjon,
boot camp.
Buchamp, Buchamp. He's not a terrible prospect, but and Malachi Flynn and the Bucks get PJ Tucker.
Now, why
Now,
would the Clippers get rid of PJ Tucker?
I'm glad you asked that, Kenny. Why would the Clippers get rid of Bones Highland T. Tucker? First of all, they're not playing any minutes.
I knew Bones
That's
Highland wasn't playing,
three
but I
reasons.
didn't know if
P. Tucker's
PJ
not playing
Tucker
at
was.
all. Not at all. P. Tucker asked for a trade already. That's the second reason.
Yeah, I
And
heard
the
that he was
third
unhappy.
reason, do you know what team has top three in salary this year, next year?
Clippers.
Clippers, right? They just signed Kawhi. They're about to re-sign Paul George because they're going to do that. They're going to re-sign Paul George, even though I want him. All right. PJ Tucker has another 11 million player option next year, so they open that up because the three players I just put in there, who they get, all three are player options for next year, qualifying
Bucks
offers player
could
options.
Bucks could use PJ Tucker.
Bucks want PJ Tucker. Bucks
Yeah.
want PJ Tucker. So Clippers would probably get rid of Giannis because they don't want him. They'll keep Marjon Beauchamp. It's like $2-3 million because he has some kind of potential. Maybe for 1 year they'll keep him. Malachi Flynn they're gonna cut because nobody likes him. I don't care what you say. All right.
Oh,
We
okay.
yeah, we get a backup Bones Highland, who I don't think is a Tibbs player. Honestly, I don't think it is, but he can create. He is a poor man IQ, if you ask me, on offense.
I agree.
And you get a backup center
He's like more
just in
athletic,
case,
less of a shooter.
just in case Mitchell Robinson doesn't come back. You got Robin Lopez. So you give up only Malachi Flynn, you get Bones Highland, Robin Lopez. For us, it makes sense. I don't want to hear it. I think the trade makes sense for everybody.
I'm thinking.
But it's one of those trades like we'll come back to it. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, Marjon Bootcamp is like his ceiling is gonna be like who's the guy that used to be a small forward that used to play for the Sixers?
Robert Covington?
No, no, no.
What years?
He played like 2 years ago with them. I can't remember his name.
2 years ago.
Great defensively,
Oh,
streaky
uh,
shooter.
Matisse Thybulle?
Yes.
Yes. He became nothing now, really. He's the backup right now for the Blazers.
Yeah. Well, that's what he is. He's a great
Yeah.
defender, streaky
Well, I
shooter.
think the Clippers are taking a chance. You know what I mean? They're not playing PJ Tucker. They have nothing for him right now. They have no position for him. They'll probably cut the other two players, Micah Flynn and Giannis, right? They'll cut him right away. They probably keep Marjon for one more year. It's a hit or miss, but you're not playing Tucker and you're not playing Bones Highland. And Tucker wants to leave. And you clear up $11 million. Now it's not only $11 million, it's more than that because of the tax. So you're saving about 15 to $20 million. PJ Tucker's not worth 15, $20 million. So that's a good move for them. Bucks need PJ Tucker. What's his name? Jay Crowder's hurt. Chris Middleton's not the same. They need a little bit more depth. And
I
we
like Bones Highland. It's just I don't know. I haven't seen him play in such a long time
I
that
know. He hasn't been playing. He's out of the rotation.
yeah,
But we're not giving up anything to get anything, though, if you look at it.
and
All
he's
we're
cheap.
getting here is depth. All we're getting here is backup depth, just in case. Just in case.
I would do that.
Me too. Me too.
I would do that.
I would do this even if we got a backup point guard.
Yeah, I would do it.
Okay. All right. I think this is a good trade. I like this. Took me a little while to think of this. Appreciate my time that I put into this trade, baby.
Yeah, that's
I might
pretty good.
send this to the other NBA experts. All right. Let's go to the next one. This next one. Here we go. This is the
This
one I
would
like.
probably be my option too, I think.
Oh no, this is not the one I like. Wizards. Wizards. They
I like
just
Tyus Jones.
Wizards just traded for Marvin Bagley to get 2 second-round picks. Okay. Just to let you know, they just made that trade about 4 or 5 days ago, or maybe even less. So Wizards are giving up Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley. They're giving up the 2030 second-round pick. We're giving up Fournier, Achua, and the Wizards first. That we owe, that could potentially be only 2 second-round picks. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I like it. I just don't like Marvin Bagley. I think he sucks.
Well, I'm not too crazy. I'd rather have Achua than Marvin Bagley
Me
because
too.
Marvin Bagley has $12 million option next year that he's gonna pick up. But that's the reason why the Wizards do it, because they're
Um,
giving up the best player in this trade, Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones he can start. He
yeah.
can start. But for us, he would be a backup. And we get a good backup. We get a good backup. Also in big man, Bagley. He's good. He's not great. He's good. My boy Matt Gretsch loves him.
He
I hope he
sucks.
watches. I'm gonna send him this video. He needs to know. Marvin Bagley's not that good, my man. Plays no good defense. He never gets 10 rebounds. Has no jump shot. He could dunk the ball.
This is the
Barely.
first time I'm hearing someone saying that they like Marvin Bagley.
My boy Matt Gretsch likes him. I'm gonna send him this video.
Marvin Bagley is horrible.
He was a top 5 pick. I think he got picked over Luka Doncic too, I think, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Or
I
I
don't know
can't
what
remember
I don't
anymore.
know what the Kings were thinking when they did
Kings,
that.
man. Kings. That's why they were bad forever.
But
That's like the Kevin Knox move we made. And we get a second-round pick. Uh, I'll be open to this trade. I'm not gonna lie to you. The thing I don't like about Tyus Jones is he's a free agent next year. And he's gonna get paid and he's gonna get more than what we want. And he wants a starting job next year. So this would be a pure rental. Guaranteed pure rental.
ooh,
He
I didn't know
believes,
that.
yeah, he's a free agent next year. And he wants to start. He might even re-sign with the Wizards just because he wants to start. That's how bad he wants to start.
I was gonna say he ain't gonna start anywhere unless he stays
He
with them.
might start with the Spurs. They have
Oh
money.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they have money. And he gets to play with his brother, Trey Jones. So
They might try to go after quickly, but the Raptors can match anyway,
yeah, he
so
can match anything. I would throw the bag at him anyway, just to make
me
him,
too.
just to hurt them.
Just to make them pay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's one of the big reasons we traded quickly. We got scared too. People were gonna throw the bag at him. He wants 25 a year, give or take,
at
and we
least.
we offered him 18, 19, 20, something like that. So it was
Should have
crazy.
just taken a pay cut.
No, we got a better trade out of that, man. I'm happy. It all worked out for everybody. It all worked out. So what do you say?
I'm gonna pass on that because
Pass.
I didn't
Okay.
know Tyus Jones was a
He's a
free
free
agent
agent.
next year. After this year,
I think if Ty Jones had one more year left, I'd probably take out the second-round pick from them, and I
me
would have
too.
kept the Wizards first. I'm just saying it would just to even it out more. All right, next trade. The Blazers. The
Yes.
Blazers. Let me present the trade. Malcolm Brogdon for Fournier. Knicks 24 unprotected pick, which doesn't mean shit. But and the Jazz 24 second-round pick.
Fine.
Me too. I'll do this in a heartbeat. Even if
I
they
mean,
ask,
I don't know what the Blazers are gonna draft anymore. More guards at this point because they got like five already.
they really do.
But
They really do.
yeah, I would do Malcolm Brogdon. I think that's the best option that the Knicks can possibly go for.
Me too. Me too. I mean, I even if it's the Knicks 24 pick or the Mavs 24 pick, whichever they want, doesn't make a difference to me. And even if I got to throw in the Brooklyn Nets pick in there, the second round pick we have, I'm not doing two first round picks. I don't think they're gonna get two first round picks at all.
I
No
agree.
one's gonna offer them. I heard that there is one team also interested in they're willing to give up a first round pick. The Orlando Magic. They are interested in him, and they're willing to give up Denver. They have the Denver Nuggets pick, which is our pick is better than theirs. You know what I mean? For if you're the Blazers,
But
you would
they
want
also have such a
a glut of guards,
yeah.
but they want them. They they they
They
they
want to make
want a guy to
playoffs
create.
badly.
Yeah, they want to create. Yeah, they're gonna make playoffs. That's a guarantee. They're about to beat
Yeah.
the Miami Heat right now. They lost. They had a bad like 2 3 weeks because of Franz Wagner was out, but they're no joke, man. Don't sleep on them. I mean, eventually Paulo will leave. But they just beat down the Miami Heat by 20 points, 18 points.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. I don't think Miami Heat are anything special. I think they're just well coached.
I think
Um,
they're well, I think whether they're I think yeah, different coach, they wouldn't be the same. But because they had that coach, I mean, he's part of the team too. I think they're a dangerous team to play in the playoffs. I don't want to face them.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just don't. They get these like bums to play like really really
Good.
well.
Good
You know?
coaching. Good
Yeah.
coaching, man. I don't know if they have anybody this year that came out.
Yeah.
Uh
That rookie.
who?
What's his name? The
Oh,
book.
yeah, the rookie. Jaime Jaquez.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they don't even want to trade him. All right, so this is a yes. It's an easy yes for all of us, right? This is the
Yeah.
trade we want, guys. This is the player we want. This is perfection. Make it happen. Give up the Knicks pick this year. Give up the Jazz second round pick. Give up the Brooklyn Nets second round pick. Call it a day. Give them Fournier. If you
Yeah.
have to
We'll
give
we'll
them,
still have a first.
yeah, the
To
Mavs. I want to keep one, and we'll give up Jericho Sims if we have to also. So
not
I'm over
playing
Jericho Sims.
anyways.
You like Jericho Sims? I'm over him.
I used to. You just
He's not
you
that
get
good.
he sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we only have one more. I'm gonna let you read the top part.
Chris Dunn. No.
No, no, no.
I hate Ainge.
I do. I
I
hate
do hate.
Ainge. The thing about the Jazz before we continue is there's a chance they might not make any trades. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah,
They're
because
they're
they're
in
doing
it.
pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in it. So no to the Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn from Malachi Flynn, a Jazz second round pick and Nets second round pick. Okay.
No, I don't like Chris Dunn.
Now this Clarkson deal that I made is not I made it. This is what the
He's
speculation
floating around
is.
there.
Speculation is that what they want for Clarkson. All right.
Yeah, because freaking Danny Ainge, man, this
Exactly. I
guy.
hate Ainge. Exactly.
No, this is not
Fournier,
happening with Leon Rose, and I would never do this. This is, you
none of
know,
them.
this
But
guy thinks that every team is the Timberwolves, and they're going to overbuy his players.
so they got Clarkson for Fournier, Grimes, 24 unprotected pick or mass pick. They want, I don't know if they want the 24 pick. They might because they don't have that many picks this year. But did I write down what they had? No, I didn't write down what they had. I can look it up.
It
But
doesn't make sense to have Kelly Olynyk because he's just not a tips type player.
no, he's really not. And but it's just in case Mitchell depends. I mean, it all Leon Rose has information we don't have. If he thinks that Mitchell's not coming back, yes, they do have to upgrade the center spot. They do. And Kellenick would be an option. But this trade would not be an option to me. It'd be too much.
I agree.
Grimes and a first round pick? No. I'm not a Jordan Clarkson lover, first of all. I think he scores inefficiently and he doesn't play defense. But they like him. The Knicks like him. What about
Uh,
Colin Sexton?
no, no, thank you.
I would take Colin Sexton if it was Fournier and a first round pick, but not Grimes. I like Colin Sexton. I like his
I think he
attitude.
plays hard, you
Shoots
know,
threes. Shoots threes very good. He can score. He's not a creator. He's not a
but
creator. He's almost like another McBride. So at that point, do you really want him?
exactly. And McBride is showing that he can shoot, man.
No.
Trying to see what you know what's enticing with Jordan Clarkson is that his contract really dips for the next 2 years. He's
Who?
getting paid
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
Clarkson.
like
He's getting
12
paid like
million.
23.
Wait,
14.
14. Okay, I thought 12.
So it's a
14.
steal the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's
And I
why
think that's
he
why,
wants.
yeah,
Yeah,
Danny Ainge is like, you know what? Like I'm giving you guys a good price. But
and he knows Jordan
and
Carson's
what's
not as good. He's like, if I get an overpaid package, I'll do it.
Colin Sexton? Oh, Colin Sexton is only making 17, 18. I mean, that's a lot, but I thought he was making like 23,
He
24.
has this year and two more, or just this year, next year,
No, this year and two more.
two more. Okay, but again, he would be the player that would get traded off the team. It's around 20 million, right? He would be the piece we would use additionally plus Grimes, whatever we have left. I wouldn't want to put Grimes, but I'll give you a first round pick for him. But this guy won't do it again because they're in the playoff race already. So that's it. That's all I got with all those trades. I almost did more, but I was like, I don't want to overdo it. So obviously Michael Brogdon is the guy. Anything else? Anyone else you think? Rozier maybe?
Um, no, if can you flip back? Oh, you took it off already.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was another one that I said that I liked.
Dinwiddie,
Maybe it
no.
was Tyus Jones. No, not Dinwiddie.
Tyson said okay. You said no to the Bulls. You said no. You said Rozier. You said you would think about it.
There was another
Pistons,
one.
Clippers, Bones Highland.
Yeah, I think I would do that one.
Okay. So there's players out there. We got to get a backup. We got to get a backup.
I agree.
I don't know if you saw the video I sent you about McBride. That he's a point guard. He is a shooting guard in a point guard's body. He can't not create. He can score. He can shoot. He can play defense. But he is another Grimes, just shorter. That's all it
Yeah.
is. That's all it is. At that point,
And
let's
this is
trade him.
why like I kind of wanted I mean, you can't remove Dante DiVincenzo off the starting lineup because he's playing really well and he, picks up the pace for everybody else. Um,
You're saying to
but
put Dante as a backup,
yeah, I kind of want Grimes to come
but
in
he's
as
not a
starting
creator
shooting
like
guard.
that either, though.
He's not, but
He's
he's a
better than
lot
Grimes
better than what
and
any
McBride.
of the bench
Yes.
role
Yeah.
has right now.
And it might work with McBride and Dante. I guess the answer to that, what you're saying, is putting Dante as the backup with McBride and then upgrading with Grimes as shooting guard in the offseason. But not with Donovan. It's got to be someone who can play defense. Because Dante DiVincenzo is playing decent defense. I gotta
Yeah,
admit. Amazing shooting, decent defense, cutting like crazy, rebounding like good. So he's fitting the team right now. How old is he, by the way? Do you know?
he's like 24, 25.
No, he's like 27, I think. He
Really?
he started late. He started old age. Dante. He was like a junior when he came over here.
Oh, yeah, he's 26.
26. Okay, yeah.
So not that bad.
So I guess it seems like listening to you talk, you're not really open to a center. You really don't want. You're not interested. You just want to keep it with a Chua. You think he is the answer then?
I think Achua can fill in the role okay enough until possibly Mitchell Robinson comes back.
Okay. And what if he
Yeah.
doesn't?
If he doesn't, like, if Mitchell Robinson doesn't come back,
If at the deadline they get the news that it's still a question mark, still a question is not certain, so you have to proceed
um,
like he won't be it. Would you consider bringing somebody at that point?
I don't know. None of these names except for like Andre Drummond was really, you know, exciting. To me, it's like, center, it's like you just grab the damn rebound, you get me, and try to play as best you can, paint defense. So it's like I really wouldn't want to
Give up an asset.
correct
I
to
would give
get
up
a
second round
center.
picks. Unfortunately, Drummond's going to cost you more than second round picks because there might be too big of a market. But if it costs us two second round picks, I'd do that because I'm not a big believer. Even though our second round picks were very good with making them something. Look at McBride, look at Sims. Sims was like the third last player in the draft. Who else? Mitchell Robinson was second round pick. So that's very valuable in my eyes because they do make they're very great scouting. But today's the 21st. We have 9 days to February, or 10 days. I think it's the 31st, right? And then we have another 8 days. So we have 18 days. So you're looking about 2 weeks and a half, almost 3 weeks. We'll talk about it on February 6th or 7th, and we'll decide. Like if we haven't heard anything about Mitchell coming back, we got to make a move. If we hear stuff like, oh, he might be practicing in a week or two, okay. I guess Achua. I guess Achua. I mean, we're gonna find out what the Brook if he doesn't play. I heart what Achua got. I think the next 2 days we got to see what Achua got if iHeart doesn't play. It's an
Why not?
audition.
Why not signing like someone like Nerlens Noel?
No one's well signed,
He is?
and he's hurt the whole year. Yeah, no one's well signed
Oh,
with the Pistons. I think.
never mind then. I thought he was a free agent. I thought he
No,
just sucked.
I remember he did. We played with us last time I heard. I think he's there. I'm not sure.
I'm about to look him up now.
No, he's nowhere. He hasn't played a single minute. Maybe he
I
retired.
thought he, I thought he was like playing like I don't know,
Maybe another
G
league.
League or
Another thing we can look at is when is the when players get bought out. That deadline.
last team he played for was the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, I saw that. When
So,
when is the waiver wire? Not the waiver wire. When people get bought out, like if Gordon Hayward gets bought out, you know, I even though I'm not interested, I know you are, but I'm not interested. I only want a center and a point guard. I don't need any wings. We have more than enough wings. More than enough wings. An
well, I only
injury.
say Gordon Hayward because you play him off the bench, and that's just a scoring unit right there.
I see what you're saying, but there's not enough balls.
I agree,
Yeah, not
but
enough touches for everybody. So I don't want to create anything that it's gonna hurt. The one good thing is that Gordon Hayward, like if somebody gets bought out and they can sign, teams like Miami Heat, teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, teams like the Clippers can't do it anymore. They can't just sign anybody anymore. That's it. Because they're over the second apron. Hey, you see your bird. They're over the second. Once you're over the second, which everyone's trying to avoid the second apron. Once you're over the second apron, it really restricts you. So a lot of teams are trying to go under. That's why I mentioned that PJ Tucker trade because it saves them $11 million. It only helps. So
that's why I would look at centers before I give up assets to get a center. I'd look at centers that like in
fair
the G
point.
League or something to bring up that just like I think what we need is just more rebounding, right?
Yeah,
Because Isaiah
defense
Hartenstein can't
rebounding.
do it himself.
But I don't think there's any there. After look at the Raptors last night. Their center was hurt. Their starting center. Who started at center?
Jakob Poeltl.
You don't even know who started at center.
Was it Chris Boucher?
No, actually, I don't even know if he played last night, but he
He
was
did
not
play.
starting. I think he might have been hurt. Did he play?
Yeah, he played.
Oh, played. Oh, but he wasn't even starting. They started Jonta Porter or something like that. His brother plays too. So there might be some kind of like um center
Who
need
did they
out there.
play?
Jonta Porter, John A. Porter, some bum.
Really?
I don't understand why they didn't start. Um,
Over Thaddeus Young and Chris Boucher? Like
well,
that's
Daddy's
weird.
on 6'8". He should not be a center. Or 6'9". Chris Boucher is at least 6'11", but he's the skinniest guy in the world.
Yeah, I know, but
We doubled their rebounds last night. It wasn't even a fair game. It was disgraceful. I guess they're gonna
or
have to.
Christian Coloco?
He's hurt.
Oh,
I think he has a major injury actually, Chris Coloco. No, something Porter, Jonay Porter, Johanna Porter.
he doesn't even come up, so they must have just
Hey,
like,
why don't you look up the game last night?
oh, John Tate Porter.
John Tay Porter, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
yeah, he's like 6'11".
6'10".
Yeah, first like second time I ever heard of him. Anyway, any last comments before we get that out of here?
No, every time they kept saying Porter, I thought they were talking about Otto Porter.
He
But
has
like
a
it kept
brother. I'm not sure if
confusing.
it's his brother. He has a brother, but I don't think it's him. I think it's somebody else. You know. Yeah, that's it, man. I guess during the week I'm gonna do another Yankees podcast. I just heard, by the way, I don't know if you knew, but Blake's now wanted 9 years. Get the out of here.
9 years.
9 years. Yeah, we
Wow.
offered him like 5 or 6. I think 6 at the end. We went from 5 to 6. We upped it one, and he's like, "No, I want 9." Maybe he'll go down to 8, but I'm not even interested at 8. I don't even know. I'm
Yeah.
not interested in him at 7.
I'm not even
Knicks.
interested in
That's it.
five.
Hey, listen, nobody's out there. Nobody wants them right now. So
That's
yeah, no,
crazy.
5 is a lot to me. So, all right, guys, everyone enjoy your night. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the like button. Anything else, Kenny?
No, that's it. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go, baby.